come on along, let me take you by the hand. Up to the man, who's the leader of the band. And if you care to hear the Swanee River play.
Hello boys, girls, and people from other worlds, my name is Star-Punz. The most recent Marvel trailer was utterly fantastic. You have no idea how long I wanted for this. We got our first look into the Marvel Cinematic Alternative Verse. Yes, this is not in the main continuity of the Sacred Timeline. 616, 19999 something, I don't know. The multiverse theory is already run to the ground, but this is the one time we are getting something fascinating from this multiverse theory. Instead of just altering some people or cameos here and there, we are finally utilizing the Marvel multiverse by exploring realities outside of our own. And this should have been the get-go from Phase 4. I'm sorry, but if we had non-interconnected multiversal stories that revolved around building a greater multiverse that we care about, we won't all be looking at Photoshop edits of Secret War. We wouldn't be having to look at Photoshop edits of 80-year-old Hugh Jackman leading the Avengers with Tobey Maguire. I like the idea. It's still kind of stupid. But you won't feel it, right? I mean, why would Marvel commence the start of this trailer with such a large marketing push? So early as well, sitting down the cast to show the trailer, making us feel in our imagination into a world we all wish we could have explored further? Captain America 4, Thunderbolt, or even Daredevil hasn't had such a large push from the Marvel executives. Fantastic Four history is, sure, fantastically intertwined with the Marvel identity as a whole, so finally having a proper installment feels a long-lasting satisfaction we didn't think we ever needed. But at the end of the day, this is just another Marvel movie. I know that sounds like I'm bogging down the anticipation, but seriously, we've had 20 series of we're so back to it's so over with every multiversal inclusion. But the superhero brand itself is going strong to this day after miss and miss and miss and miss. So what makes this different? What's so fantastic about this installment? Well, boys, girls, and people from other worlds, I conclude that this movie is the first step into the beginning of a rebooted Marvel universe. And no, I'm not wearing my tinfoil hat. So this is where Dookie gets serious. I'm trying to abide by the algorithm by not saying shit, so I'll replace it with Dookie. Ah, damn it! Since 1961, the first family debuted in their own comics in contrast to the Justice League of America, retaliating with something no other superhero team has had at the time: family. With every superhero comes a tragedy in their own family for furthering their goals. They don't have parents, basically. They are super orphans. But this entire team was that superpower. Their dynamic fuels their ambition into being fantastic for the world. Throughout the trailer, we have a Sid meet Tomorrowland, New York, envisioned from the pioneering of Reed Richards. As stated in Rivals, his true goal is to solve everything, with their celebrity status intertwining them as a reality show of sorts. But this still lingers a question: how the sweet, merciful God are they going to beat Galactus? The common theory at the worst is that they're going to be losing at the end of the story, with this entire planet consumed by the purple force of nature, only for them to migrate into the 616 universe to warn them about the oncoming dangers of Galactus. Even though Secret Wars and Doomsday involve Dr. Doom, huh? Especially if we're all being so willing into seeing this being the case, despite how every movie contradicts this possibility. For example, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness presented our first interpretation of the Fantastic Four with John Krasinski acting as Reed Richards from Earth 838, even quoting that Sue Storm and him already have children. I find this version of Reed Richards supposedly a parody of the Marvel Universe. I mean, think of it. A lot of his visual design is everything you would expect from the main MCU universe to have, which is why they killed him off, to show that their direction cannot go into one we were shown. Because to complete a perfect interpretation of the Fantastic Four, this won't work. Now, aside from my artist brain working overtime analyzing why the Sam Hale Reed Richards needs this many lines for one suit, only to uncoil in an instant, this movie presents a lot of answers that we choose to ignore. For example, the Council of Reeds does not exist at this speak of it. Why does 838 Reed use the Illuminati as a form of countering the incursion situation that has been hitting the multiverse after their own Strange wiped out an entire planet clean? Okay, I get it. You know, the Illuminati did the same thing in the comics. That's good, so we have Reed Richards who has multiversal knowledge in transportation and chooses not to warn anybody about it until it's his problem. Like, literally anyone in the multiverse. Yeah, you see how the smartest man alive falls apart? He then proceeds to warn us of how Doctor Strange is the greatest threat in the so there is no Victor Von Doom or Galactus as their big threat in the multiverse in his eyes. He's a guy they already killed. What? I know it lingers on and says that Steven, so there is no Victor Von Doom or Galactus as their big threat in the multiverse in his eyes. The biggest threat is the guy they already killed. What? I know he lingers on and says that Steven's potential can cause more harm than good with his magic, but this presents it obvious that, even stated from the TVA, no one is considering Galactus or Doctor Doom as the biggest threat following Loki Season 2, in which they have already worked around the plot to detain the Kane threat, which was the retcon eliminating Kane from the following Avengers movie. So we have eliminated Doom and Galactus from all current issues, and we know they're going to be a problem in the following movies. While every other threat, the multiverse's greatest minds from the Illuminati, TVA, and Ant-Man somehow have already been eliminated. And we know Mr. Fantastic is next in a multiversal chalkboard, literally, with no upcoming leaks or teases of Galactus or other MCU projects. Mind you, we're almost at the end. Considering the next Avengers movie, despite how non-linear the current MCU has been currently, this does make sense in explaining why there is a lack of Galactus and Council of Reeds as of now. They have not been established yet, and which comes to the Fantastic Four, and that steps will establish these stepping stones. But we're all focusing our attention on the wrong member. Yes, Reed Richards is the cornerstone of the entire Secret Wars Battle World saga, involving his relationship with Victor Von Doom, but Sue Storm is suspicious. From all recent interviews and leaks, we've confirmed that Franklin Richards to be involved in the movie. This is proven by the groundwork of the Future Foundation already being there, and it's the parent company to all of the Four's explorations, hinting on this group and evolving more from just a typical Fantastic Four. Now, for all those who know, Franklin Richards is known as a powerful reality warper, altering it to his own will, but his own birth sets a course for Galactus to come towards them, his power being too much for even this own planet to bear, as shown from the Fantastic Four leads. We know he is searching for something. Push aside all of your MCU complaints saying he's too small. He didn't change his size in the comics, but why is he changing size? He has his Herald to do the work for him in the form of the Silver Surfer. That's why we never see him on the planet. He is a cosmic form of nature that consumes to his pleasure, going out of his way to waste this much energy to go to the Baxter building by himself. There is something far greater inside the Baxter building that overcomes his hunger, Franklin Richards. So yes, we're going to see some altercation involving the F4 trying to deny the inevitable. Their son is too powerful for reality to have without someone as powerful to contain him. Remember, even though Galactus enjoys eating planets, if there is no universe, there is no brunch to have honey-glazed planets with. But going back to Sue Storm, she is hinted to be our protagonist in the story of the movie, which does make sense. We have seen scenes of her comforting the Four on their tribulations of being who they are, comforting them into being something far greater than they are right now. It's almost unsettling how much attention she's getting. So if this focal point of this movie is in her days with helping her family, do you think Reed would ignore her counterpoints? No, the whole him ignoring his wife is not a fucking thing in this universe, or has been. We have a scene of them in the same bed, which was taboo in this era, mind you, where he has to be reminded of where he stands by Sue, grounding himself into being someone better. So for him to willingly give up Franklin is not something he can give into. Even then, Ben and Johnny wouldn't allow this. They're more connected than any other variation of the Four we have had in the Marvel film multiverse. So how will they win? Well, if we go back to the chalkboard hinting at the multiversal travel, Reed is shown to be different than all the other ones. He is built on the grief that comes from the consequences of his own actions. He is trying to fit something that only he can do. Save their boy. What if the Fantastic Four are migrating into the main 616 universe, not because they fail in saving their home, it's because they can't. This giant push on family as a whole is to emphasize what choice will they choose, the planet or their home. Franklin Richards is to be exported somewhere. The Future Foundation is really trying to help his family in ways he can't with just his stretching, so this loss is not an option, which helps him overcome this imposter syndrome character arc. Ben's wanting to belong to humanity. Johnny's trying to take the things in his life seriously. All of it to save their family. So what do you guys think? I love this entire era we're in. Having a renaissance of the Fantastic Four really brings into the public eye that we need them now than ever. The same as Superman, to remind us that we are all family. We have to fight for our family, no matter the blood they resonate with. I hope you all enjoy that. This is just a quick little video about what I think will happen.